Graph the equation on a rectangular axis and use those values to make a polar graph. Well, we have 3 sine 2 theta. All right, so what do we have here? We have an amplitude of 3, so that's my amplitude. If my frequency is 2, that means my period is going to be 2 pi over 2, so pi. So period is pi, all right? Amplitude is 3, no midline, no shifts, so I'm going to start right there, and I'm going to repeat right there, and I'm going to repeat right there. It's going to go up to 3, okay, boom, come back down, go down to -3, boom, come back up. Go up to 3, boom, come back down, go down to -3, boom, come back up. All right, so there we go right there. 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 And there we go right there. And there we go right there. Screw that up. And there we go right there. Okay. All right. Fun. Fun, fun. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label some points. Okay, at 0, we're at 0. All right. Then this guy, halfway in between 0 and 2 pi, which is 1/4 pi, so right here, I am 1, 2, 3 units away from the pole towards it. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 units towards that. And so what that looks like so far is my dot is moving away from the pole as I go counterclockwise to pi over 4, and it's going to hit that number right there. So my dot's going to go like this. Okay? Now I'm here. And I'm going to come back down again to pi over 2. So here at pi over 2, I'm at 0. So my dot's going to move closer to the pole as I move counterclockwise, so it's going to look like that. Okay? Here I am. Now, as I go in between 2 pi, or pi over 2 rather, to pi, that's 3/4 of a pi. That lives right here. 3/4 of a pi. But instead of going towards it, I'm going away from it 3. So I'm going to go over here away from it. And so since I went in this direction and on my nice smooth curve, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. So here I am right now. Pi here is 0 again. So we're back to 0, which means you're going to come back down to here. Looks like a fan is being made, like one of those old school fans that help people sleep. All right. In between pi and 3/4 pi, right here, 3/2 pi, I'm all the way at 3 again. So here we're out to 3. So I went like, I started out here, went around, went around, went around, and I'm doing that again. And now I'm going to go back to 0 for 3/4 pi, so 3/2 pi. My goodness, I keep saying 3/4. So you're going to look like that. And to finish this off, here I am right now. Instead of going in this direction, right, instead of going in that direction, 3, I'm going away from it, -3, which is going to be right here. Did I go one too far? I did. Let me move that dot. There. So you look like you. And then to bring it back home, we're going to do that. So this is called a rose curve. And a rose curve is in the form A sine n theta, or whatever number theta. Okay? And when you have an even number here, that's going to determine how many petals you have. So if it's even, you're going to have double the petals. If it's odd, you have the normal amount of petals. Sine and cosine kind of give you placement. And that number, the amplitude, gives you how long those petals are. But since this is a 2 theta, that gives us 4 petals. Since it's a sine, rather than the petals being on the axis, they're going to be on the diagonals. And that 3 tells you how far out your petals go. All right? So there's more videos of these, more videos that I have. But that is a standard rose polar graph. Awesome.